Well, it looks like we're live. Welcome to the Monday night hangout, hosted at the bench. Let's see here. Okay, we're good to go. A little early tonight, about 5 minutes early, but that's the way it goes. Gonna need to go tomorrow and buy another roll of silicone fuel line. Because of this colloidal silica. I think that would probably be the best dam for it. We'll work on that. Tonight I'm gonna work on, Steve came over today, so I didn't get anything done on my project here. So as soon as somebody comes in here, I'm going to PVA this. This is the last mold I need to make right here. If it goes right. There we go. Hey, Phil.
Hello there.
I'm early tonight.
Yeah. What are you working on?
I'm finishing up the perky molds,
Oh, okay.
the elevator stabilizer mold. Yeah, I was gonna do it. Okay, we're gonna go this way. I made one. This is balsa wood
Yeah.
with Kevlar between it so that it's hinged. The Kevlar piece looks like this,
Yeah.
sandwiched between two pieces of 16. Well, then I decided, well, I was going to lay carbon over the top of this. Then I decided that thing would glue together. So I made two halves and carboned it. And then I got to thinking, why mess with the balsa wood? We'll just make a mold and make it all carbon and put it together, and that's it.
Yeah. That makes sense.
That's what I'm doing now.
A Tran, when he does his, has it like that. That'd be like a top and a bottom. And then when he puts them together, he puts that Kevlar in between it. And that is the hinge.
Yep, that's what I'm doing here.
Okay.
Except for my stab, not going to be hollow.
Well, doesn't need to be as small as that is.
It's only an 1/8 inch thick, so it'd be pretty hard to make it hollow.
Yeah.
Be 6 layers of carbon total, 3
You
on
know,
each side.
you know the problem with this when you get done with it. there's going to be enough people wanting them. You're going to be busy. You're going to be out of the stunt business for a while. You're going to be in the perky business for a while.
Nah, I doubt people want this shit.
I don't.
Got to finish making the other half of the mold. This is the one half of the wing here.
Yeah.
Turned out nice.
Yeah, it looks good. I'm wanting to make wheel pants for the ombre that are shaped kind of. It looks like a teardrop. Looks like an elongated teardrop, and I'm gonna try to mold them out of carbon. But I made a male mold. Yeah, I made a male mold, not knowing what I really needed was a female mold.
We got to make the male so you can make the female.
Yeah, well, I've got the male. I don't have the female yet.
That's right now, nothing for tomorrow, but.
What'd you make the female out of? Carbon?
The female for this,
Yeah.
I sanded it out of wood.
Oh boy. Okay. Okay.
There's Steve Smith.
Hello, Steve.
Oh, Phil,
How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. Just picked up a load of stuff for my wife's painting club. It was stored in one of the members' shed, and we had to get them out of there.
Ah,
So
you got my wife is into that too.
painting.
Yeah, she's a pretty good painter.
Yeah, this is what they call decorative painting.
Oh, she just oil paints.
Ah, yeah, no, this is I don't know. I don't know exactly how to describe it.
I was asked by one of the somebody sent me a private message. I'd have to go back and look, but we're going to go to this gallery view from now on instead of the speaker view, because the guys who are on the phone can't see who's talking.
Yeah.
Oh, is that a YouTube thing?
No, that's a telephone thing.
Yeah. How about that nonsense? How about that nonsense?
Hmm. Well, heck.
I'll read exactly what it says. It says messages, read messages. There we go. Way across the room. I got to go look at it. Shit.
Getting old as a bear, buddy.
I couldn't see when I was young over there. Is there any chance you can restore the Zoom like display on the YouTube stream? It's very difficult to follow the discussion when all you see is the person talking. It changes constantly. Unfortunately, I cannot join Zoom, but I love watching. So we'll accommodate Ken there. What happened? There we go. You guys go silent all at once. I figure, well, shit, all fine.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Gary came in.
I've been here, but anyway,
Wow.
I usually keep mine on the gallery view here where I can see everybody that's there.
Yeah, I got a big one, and then there's the little ones are at the top. Whoever talks goes into the big one.
Yeah, but see, I've got control of the output. You guys are in
Yeah.
the feed. So
Now you know what your computer's sitting there saying. Input. Lord. That's the only thing Sparky likes better than sanding. Waxing.
no. As soon as Steve comes back, I didn't realize how close Blood Axe is. We got to get that trailer fixed, Steve.
It's not far.
3 weeks
Please
away.
please don't forget those moles.
I won't.
Well, maybe Wednesday will work out to do
You
that.
coming with him to Brodack, Steve?
No,
Oh, you rascal.
I can't. No, I would love to go. But my wife and our youngest daughter are going to Norway. And I have to watch not only my dogs, but my daughter's dogs while
Ah,
they're away.
that's the only thing about having dogs. You have to do something with them when you go somewhere.
Yeah, and it's so expensive to use a kennel
You ain't
nowadays.
kidding.
And I think it's traumatic for the dogs.
Yeah, what got me, I have one that you have to have clipped. And I don't know. I couldn't believe my vet is ridiculously expensive anyway.
Yeah.
But then they started a grooming service, so we tried to use their grooming service. And oh my gosh. And then the dog comes back and don't know you for 2 or 3 days. They say they don't drug them, but I know they do. Because he come by walk in the walls the first day. And
Yeah.
the second day he didn't know you. And then the third day he started acting like himself again. Told him, if
Before
you
I
got to
put
drug
this
him,
up, I'm
do
gonna
what?
show you Steve's airplane.
I told him if they got to drug him, just don't do it. I'll come get him. So they did it again anyway. So I went and I found a new groomer that opened up. She's half the price and he loves her.
Well, good. Yeah, that's very good.
Yeah, he loves her. We go to get out and he's ready to go inside and go see his buddy.
How about that?
There you go,
Oh
Steve.
my gosh.
There it is.
Yeah.
Oh my
Almost
gosh.
done. Almost finished.
Well, that means I can't use that paint scheme. I like that. That's sharp.
Looks nice. Yeah.
Yeah, it needs something down the center of the fuselage now at the front.
Yeah, come on down and paint it. We're done.
No,
It's getting out of here.
I ain't that.
For you.
That is one of my least favorite things. I've got I never should say this online, but I've got 10 airplanes downstairs that need painting. That is my least favorite thing to do. And this year I finally got enough stuff together. I thought I'm going to learn to paint and I'm going to learn to enjoy it. We can't get a week that's not got rain and wind. And I mean, I think I put in 3 full patterns this year, not this month, this year. This has been the screwed uppest year we've ever had.
Yeah.
Well, Phil, you got me buying 3 or 4 patterns because I've had no flights.
Wow.
0.
I went out the other day and flew my Nobler. I put a 2814 in the front of it. I figured if it'll pull Bob's Caprice, it ought to pull my Nobler, because the Nobler is only an ounce difference in weight than his plane. So
I know
put
it'll
it in
pull
there.
it. Box 35.
Yeah. So I put that in there and took it out there. Boy, it pulls it, but that thing still don't turn worth a darn. I'll do some more work to it. I think I gotta lock the flaps in place, because I think the flaps and elevators are out of sync with one another, because I have never had an Obler that hunted. And this one hunts like a coon dog. It's just the whole flight is gyrating.
Oh, that's not good.
So I checked the motor, and the motor is with the wing. So I gotta check the flaps to elevator, see if that's the problem. I'll keep playing with it. I'll get it. I need something to do, so I got me a project. As if I don't have enough to do with all the projects I have around here. Oh my goodness. Mr. Reed, how are you? Carl says that's Carl Reed, sir, to you. Yes, I know. Oh, he didn't have his ears in. How you doing, Carl?
The microphone's muted.
Yeah. Hey, Carl, how are you?
Good. How are you and everybody else doing?
Doing great. Everybody's crazy as bed bugs, but we're doing fine.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you how my little buddy's doing, but you don't live near him anymore.
Which one, Charles?
Charlie.
Yeah, he's doing
Yes.
okay. I call him about once every 2 weeks to keep up, and
I think I'm gonna call him tomorrow to see how he's doing.
then
Yeah, he's a
when my wife and I make a trip down to my daughter's house where we used to live, I call him up and ask him if he's going to be flying on the day that we're in, so I can bring some of my gear and go spend the day with him.
that's good. Well, tell him I said hello and I miss
I
him.
will. Yeah.
He needs to get back on here once in a while.
Well, I tried to encourage him to come back on the program because I keep telling him that everybody's asking about you, and he says, "Well, maybe one of these days." So,
Yeah. Yeah, I miss him. And my wife misses him. Tell him I don't mean it as a threat, but we're liable to come back out to California just to aggravate his butt.
Oh yeah, there you go.
We
Any
seem to be doing a
ideas?
whole lot.
Any
Huh?
ideas when you might do that?
No idea. We're going to Alaska in July. We just got back from Albuquerque. Now we're going to Alaska in July. Then the guys are trying to talk me into going to either Canada or Wyoming in September, trout fishing. So I don't know, Carl.
Yeah,
I've got
okay.
myself in with a group of guys that
Yeah,
love to trout fish, and most of these guys are, they got
yeah.
more money than I do.
Well, the only
But
reason I was asking you is maybe I can go down that way while you're in town, and
well, if I go, I'm gonna try to get in touch with you so we can all get together again.
okay,
Because
all
I had
right.
a good time. We all got together. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring me a suitcase model this time. I've got one. I've got one that comes apart and goes into a briefcase.
Oh, okay.
It's a like a barnstormer,
Yeah.
and it's Fox 35, but it's one of the old smelly ones. I need to build me one electric, but anyway, I'll keep working on it. I might come up with something yet.
All right. Well, we'll be looking forward to seeing you again in person.
Yes, sir. Live and in person. Yes, sir. I bought a barnstormer from a fella that no longer flies, and knew I needed to totally rebuild it. But the covering comes off the lead edge and doesn't touch anything till the trailing edge again. Think about it. Barnstormer's got a pretty good sized flap back there. It's supposed to come down and then go flat back with the wing. It doesn't. It just comes straight back. I'm afraid I'm going to have to strip all the covering off of this thing and recover it. I don't know. Anyway, it's a weird little airplane. I got in over my head. I said I'm going to fix this tank because the tank's leaking. So I dug into it to fix the tank, cut the top block off, and then cut into the bottom block to get to it, so I could push it out of there. And then had to pour acetone in to get rid of the. They put Duco cement around the tank, and everything in there was all covered in Ambroid or Duco or something. So Sparky suggested I put I forgot the name of the stuff, acetone in there to melt that. Well, that worked. But that tank still don't want to come out. I'm still having a fit getting the tank out. It was in there so tight front to back. So I'm working on it, but I'm about to get it, but I'm going to get it yet. But anyway, I'm gonna put a new tank in it and put a removable tank compartment cover on this time. And since I've got to booger up the front of it so much, I've been trying for about 2 years now to find the plans to the one that has cheek cowls on it. I think I'm gonna go ahead and put cheek cowls on this one and flare in the nose and make it a spinner model and leave the Fox 35 in it and dial it up. But it's going to be a neat looking little barnstormer. I dug into the tail skid and put a wheel back there, and going to put another sewn canopy on it. I don't like bubble canopies on them. I know that several of the guys that I've talked to that were around back then and flew these darn things said we didn't do that sewn canopy. We threw that thing away and put a bubble on it. Well, Mike Garman was one of those guys. He said he put bubble canopies on. In fact, I've got Mike's airplane downstairs and it does have a bubble canopy on it. But I don't fly that plane because it was Mike's. And anyway, I'm going to put a sewn canopy on it. But it's just one thing after another. I get into something, I think I'm going to just do the very minimum, get this thing flying. And you get started on it, and it's, well, let me do this one more thing. Well, let me do this one more thing. Shh. It'd be easier just to build a new model. But I ain't too bright sometimes.
What happened to Steve Smith? He disappeared.
Yeah.
I'm here.
Sparky,
there.
Oh, there you are. Okay.
Super chat, Sparky.
We did.
Yeah.
Amazing. Let's thank him for it. I can't post it like I do during the day, but we'll look. All right. We got that's Roy Lane, $50. Thank you, Roy. That'll help the Brodak band.
Would you look who just popped in? Mr. Delaney. Sir.
Hi, Peter. Phil, how you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm feeling much better. I think I might survive after all.
Oh, that's a good thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got too much junk downstairs to die and leave all this mess to Vicky, so I gotta do something with it.
Yeah,
Oh, Lord.
don't know if you guys remember ever seeing my yellow Pathfinder LE with a BA-51 in it.
Yeah, it's the only one. That's the only LE I've ever seen fly.
Yeah, I sent it down to Tucson and gave it to Ray Firkins.
Oh, me.
And he told you.
Uh-uh.
So anyway, he called, and when his wife saw it, she started bawling. He thought I was going to send a Pathfinder down to, a profile.
Oh, yeah.
You want to know how long it's been since I've been flown? I said probably about 5 years ago. So he pulled the engine tank out and cleaned them all up, put it back together, and he went out and put 3 flights on it. He really seemed to like the airplane, thought it flew great.
I'm not surprised.
Well,
Who
what
did
am I,
that?
what am I going to do with them at my age? Leave it. I'm trying to figure out who to give some of these models to. I've got 31 or 32 combat planes and 6 or 7 stunt ships.
Hmm.
I
Well,
got
I'm in
Man's got the 15, no.
What's that?
The bug man or who'd you say it was? The carpet guy or somebody got the 15?
No.
No, who did you say took the 15?
Oh, I never could figure that out. I went through my drawers that I keep my motors in, and I thought, well, maybe I missed it. So I took every single one out. I got about 75 to 100 motors. And I went through every cotton picking one, and I could not find it.
I'll bet you anything you can count that you gave it to one of your buddies in a combat airplane and don't remember doing it.
Well, it had to have been the last 3 or 4 years. I called a friend that flies speed, and I called him to see if he got it, and he says, no, he didn't. So I don't know who else around here unless somebody had sticky fingers or something.
I just can't hardly believe somebody take it from me.
Yeah, I don't. I find it hard to believe. Of course, we had some TV guys downstairs setting up my cable, and he walked off with one of my 01 or 02 old TDs that was sitting on my bench.
Hmm.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Those people need a hammer.
Yeah, upside their head.
It's on their wham on their hand.
Yeah.
Well, I called and reported to their supervisor, and he says, "Well, we can give you 1 month free cable."
Yeah, great.
And I said, "That motor costs more than that."
Yeah, that was before the rework.
And they don't make them anymore, so it's irreplaceable.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have these 020 tether races on 10 foot of wire,
Yeah.
and carving my own props. And I set the record, at least around here, back in the 60s, a prototype of, what was it, 70 or 71 miles an hour prototype. And over the years, they got up to 75. And then last year, I broke that record by a half a mile an hour.
Cool deal. Are they just little O20s with a tank on the back of them, or are they TDs?
Yep. And I take the back plate off, that seals the tank.
Yeah.
And I've machined some aluminum ones so they don't leak.
Ah.
Here comes the boss. Hang on, guys.
Do you want?
I'll have what you're having. Well, you order that one hamburger without the center bone.
With the Big Mac?
I'll have that and fries.
Okay, we can talk again.
She's taking my food order.
Oh, you have food order?
Yeah.
10 minutes.
No, about an hour.
Johnny
Yeah.
Long, you have food order?
Yeah. Well, I tell you what.
Even though I'm on the National Do Not Call list, I'm getting a call every other minute. You believe that?
Oh, golly.
I believe it. I got 32 one day. I usually get about 18 to 32, and they're them darn robocalls. They
Are they all spam?
Oh, they're all spam.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
You
it's
know, I
aggravating.
did their sales pitch, and then I just set the phone down, and eventually they figure out nobody's listening. They hang up.
I think I'm going to start doing that myself.
I just hit.
Give them the congratulations speech if they want a gift with absolutely nothing.
I take mine and slide it across to turn it on, so I answer it, and then I hit mute, and I just let them sit there and talk to dead air.
Yeah.
Because there's never anybody there until you say hello. They don't pick up. It's 5 seconds after that they finally pick up.
Yeah.
And I
A lot
just-
of them, you have to say hello twice.
Yeah, I won't do that. I
I
don't
used
say
to-
hello the first time.
But if you answer, even if you don't talk, they now know that it's a valid number.
Yep.
Because they're using a computer program that just increments the number by one every and it dials. So once they have a hit, then that goes to a different list of known good numbers. And that'll increase the number of calls you get.
Well,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
getting tired of it.
Yeah,
I'm fed up with.
another thing they'll do too is that they'll call you and they'll say, "Okay, I'm from such and such, New Jersey." You know how it appears on your phone.
Mm-hmm.
And I go, I don't know anybody in New Jersey, so I just let it ring and let my voicemail pick it up. And pretty
Yeah,
soon,
and they never
And
never
pretty soon-
leave a voicemail.
well, no, but since I started doing that, they quit calling me.
That's what I do too.
There you go.
Yeah, just
I guess that's what I'm gonna start doing then.
if they want me,
had-
then they can answer me.
I had another one that called me and kept calling me about my car warranties on my cars.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
So I got tired.
Yeah, that
of
must have been
that.
me.
So I answered it, And they go, well, your car is about running out of warranty. And I go, okay, which one are you talking about? I own two of them. Click. They never call me back after that.
No.
Yeah, I answered one of those and couldn't figure out what was going on. I wanted to insure my F-350 pickup. I said, I've never owned an F-350 pickup.
Oh
I
my.
said, I do have an F1. So
Oh
we'd
boy.
like to cover your F1. I said, okay, it's a 1950 Ford F1 pickup. Click.
Yeah.
Thing I did with the one that called me. Said, "What kind of car do you have?" I said, "I have a '34 Ford 5 window coupe." Click.
Yeah.
Never got a call
Oh.
again.
Yeah, I got a question for Roy. I see there's no airplane on the table behind you. Does that mean you finished it?
No, it means it's out in my shed, getting a clear dope on it.
Oh, okay, okay.
About ready to assemble it. And I got some lemon yellow ordered from Wix. Hadn't
Wait,
got here.
there you go. Did you get your 10%?
Yeah, I did.
All
Good.
right.
It's been about a week and they hadn't processed it yet. So
Okay.
I don't know how long it takes this time of year.
Well, they haven't processed the order yet.
Yeah, they've got it, but they haven't filled it yet.
Yeah, probably they don't have any yellow pigment, so because they mix the paint on site.
Right.
But
I
you'll get
sent them
it.
an email, asked them what the lead time was this time of year, and they never answered. It is what it is.
Well, I can call
It's
them up,
funny.
see what's going on, or show
It's
up
funny.
there.
Give him hell.
There you go.
Give him hell.
Yeah, it's only what, 45 minutes from your house?
How about that? Depends how
Yeah,
fast you drive.
assuming you don't get a flat on the way.
That's right.
If you go there sometime between now and Brodak, let me know.
I won't
Get you
be.
to, I'll get you to pick me up a gallon of clear.
I won't be going there.
Yeah, I ordered a gallon of Pontiac Red, which is the same thing as Miss Ashley Red.
No,
I
it's
still
not.
don't have it. I didn't order it from there. I ordered it from the other company, and I still don't have it.
Pontiac Red is very close to Insignia Red.
Hmm.
Miss
Well, they
Ashley
told
Red is a really weird red. That's what color the Monado is. And which doesn't have anything that's close to it.
well, I showed him the thing of Miss Ashley Red, and he matched it up and said it was Pontiac Red. So I don't know. This is the place in Atlanta.
We
Just
not Wix, but oh man.
Composite Products. Aircraft
Aircraft
Spruce. There you go.
Yep.
Yeah, that's it.
They got Randolph products.
Yeah. That's all I'm buying now, because when you buy the other, you're just getting the same stuff, just thinned down. That ultra clear you get is just, I mean, that's just clear that's been thinned so dang much. If you put any thinner in it, you are wasting your time. You can shoot that stuff right straight out of the can.
Well, every time I've gotten Brodak's crystal clear, it's turned into a crystal rock and it's been brown. No good.
Mm.
No good. I don't know what they're putting in it, but it's no good.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. I haven't opened but the one can, but it was just, I looked at the viscosity of it and I checked it with a, whatever you call that, meter. And I said, well, I don't need to thin this. So I went ahead and
A
shot it.
Zahn cup?
Well, you pour it and measure how much time it takes to dump it.
A Zahn cup.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And I never heard it called that until I had to paint an airplane that we had.
Yeah, and that dadgum stuff is so thin. If you thin it at all, you're wasting your time.
Well, it's a
Hmm.
one ounce. It's a 1 ounce cup, and you count the seconds how fast it goes through that cup.
Yeah.
Right.
And that gives you the. It's kind of like a slump test for concrete.
Yeah, yeah, that gives you the viscosity, but this stuff was so thin. I said, it don't need any thinner.
Pour it right
So
out.
I put it right in the gun and shot it, and it shot beautiful. But I mean, that's awful thin. That's awful expensive for. It's like paying double for your clear, or triple
If you
for
want
your
Miss
clear.
Ashley Red exactly, take Miss Ashley Red chip to the paint store, to the auto paint store, and have them shoot a profit on it. And then just say you want to buy the pigment and mix it with crystal clear, or the Ace
With clear.
90.
Yeah.
And use that as the binder, and it's perfect.
Now I don't have a store around here that will sell me the pigment. That's the
Yeah, you
problem. I've been
do.
trying.
Yeah, you do. Any of them automotive shops, Sherman Williams, Sickens.
We don't have a Sherwin-Williams. After you talked about that last week, I went looking for a Sherwin-Williams auto paint. The closest one is 100 miles.
How about Pittsburgh? You got them, PPG?
Well, no, not anymore. We did have.
That's the
I don't know
body
where
shop
everybody's
where they're
buying it.
getting the paint from.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go visit a couple of paint shops and find out, because the places that used to sell all the stuff don't anymore. 4-Speed Auto Parts. I bought pigment there for the last 40 years anyway. And they are that now it's a carburetor shop.
Most auto paint is turning over to water-based paint.
Yeah. Well, I can't figure out a shop going to a carburetor shop. Nobody uses carburetors anymore. They use fuel injection.
Yeah.
I mean, he's right across the street from Richard Childress Racing. NASCAR don't use carburetors anymore. NASCAR Truck Series don't use carburetors anymore.
They're getting
know
ready
why?
for cyber attack.
You know why, don't you? The reason NASCAR went to the fuel injectors because Toyota ain't never built a V8 that'll run on a dang carburetor. They don't build enough vacuum.
My 55's got a carburetor.
Yeah,
There you go.
my 69 does too, but this new stuff don't.
You got a Rochester on it or a Holly?
I got a Holly 850.
You double pump, yeah.
Yep.
850. Holy smokes.
I remember my 340 had a Carter AFB spread bore. I thought that was the goofiest looking carburetor, but I took that off and put a Holly on, and the darn thing never did run right with a Holly. But I also had a 426 Hemi that had two 4500 Dominators, and that thing is sucking gas tank dry just right now.
Had two Dominators on it. Is that what you said,
Yeah,
Phil?
yeah, it had two Dominators on it. It was a Pro Stock motor.
Well, two Dominators are 1050 CFM each.
Yeah. That thing is so, it had a full size fuel tank under the car if you looked. But what it actually was a 5-gallon tank. And that thing, you make do one burnout and one trip down the strip and then come back under power. You better refuel. Because you ain't going far. You leaving, Mike? All right, hang on. I'll be back in a minute, guys. Grandson's leaving.
Okay. So what are you working on today there, Bob?
I'm building the Perky stab and elevator mold.
Oh, you're going to do it in carbon, right?
Yeah.
Why am I all of a sudden getting perky YouTube videos?
I don't know.
Oh,
Yeah, and that's something. Yeah.
Oh Lord, are we all gonna go perky now?
So I got to figure this out. If it's 24 per 100 or 25%, 25% of 65 is what? 12, 13, about 13 grams. That sound right?
Stand by.
6, that'd be 52. No, not quite.
Twenty-five percent of 65. I get my calculator. I'm just I think it's 12 or 13 grams.
16.25 if I did it right.
Let me check, double check. So that'd be 17. Because I don't measure down that low. Where the hell did my phone go?
So you said 65
Yeah, 25% is 65. Half of it is 15.
times 0.25 equals 16.25.
Okay. I can't find my phone.
You want me to call it?
Yeah.
It's in your pocket.
Or you could do 65 divided by 4. Be close enough.
It's ringing.
Yeah, you might have to hang up and call again. Oh, here it is. Got it.
Well,
Okay.
at least I must be in your contact list.
Yeah, you're in the contact list.
you, you,
Okay. Who went to it? Chuck confirmed bad right front hub bearing. We went to Tulsa back on it. Said it would be okay. Why risk it getting changed tomorrow? Okay, so he's not coming out.
nope.
I've got shit to do tomorrow anyway. Okay. 5 times 0.25. 16 and a quarter. Okay. 17 grams.
Just had a darn hub lock up on the boat coming home, going home from the lake, and exploded a brand new tire, which destroyed the fender. I mean, it's just a cluster. I couldn't believe a tire could. The only thing I could think to ask Bob was, how much dadgum pressure do you run in your trailer tires? Because mine didn't make all that mess when it blew. He runs 65 pounds. Mine run 40. So my gosh. So I looked at the side of the trailer tire and it said 45 pounds.
Oh,
I said, Bob, you're overdoing it by 20 pounds, baby. Oh no, they run cooler at 65. Yeah, okay. Okay. Whatever you say, Bubba. I go with what the tire says. I don't care. I don't count on what I've always done. Mm. Oh, Lordy. I was thinking about bringing my trailer to Brodak this year, but if I did, I'd have to bring the truck to pull it because I don't have the other car anymore. So I guess it'll stay home and I'll just take the little car. Mm. Steve, I wonder if they're going to allow us to fly in old time stunt. I know it's not really your forte, but I wonder if they're going to allow us to fly the Viking with a sheeted leading edge now that they come out with a kit that's got the open leading edge. I mean, even though the kit I have is a sheeted leading edge.
I have no idea. I guess the guy to ask would be shoot, I'm drawing a blank. I'll think
Mr. Adamison might know.
Yeah, he might.
No more. He's gone.
Do what?
Dennis don't love us no more. He didn't come on no more.
I think he and his wife been traveling.
They're traveling quite a bit here lately.
Yeah.
I heard Bob Hunt was on Friday night, but I couldn't get enough bandwidth to get on. Down in Columbia, and we had storms down there, and it was Well, when they have storms down there, they don't fool around. Shake the darn house.
Yeah, we've had wind here for 2 days. Today it was gusting up to 40 miles an hour.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I was telling them earlier, I had got 3 flights in this year, and it's a shame because contest season's here, and have no flights. So I don't know what the heck. I don't know what to think. We're supposed to go to a fellow's house this weekend and fly at his place. He always has once a year. Last couple of years, he's had hamburgers and hot dogs and all for us. And we go up to his house and just fly in his backyard. He got a beautiful backyard. And go up there and fly and just have a big time. And then he serves lunch for us. And supposed to go Saturday, but I don't know if we're going or not. The weather report says it's going to be raining and windy. So who knows?
Mm,
We just can't seem to get out from under this rain and wind pattern.
They
Yeah.
need to turn the harp off.
Need to do something. Need to do something. I'm telling you.
Got to stop those
I'm really-
chemtrails.
I'm really looking forward to going to Brian's place, but it don't look like we're going to get to go.
I bet we're gonna get rain. It's gonna rain its ass off at Brodax.
But it probably will.
It
Ever
does
that's
every year.
rained all year. It's rained every darn weekend this year. Seems like. What you got there, Sparky?
Colloidal silica,
And that is?
like micro balloons.
Oh, okay.
We're making putty.
So where do you get that, Bob?
West Systems, you just go online and dial in West System 406 colloidal silica.
Could you use that in dope also?
On what?
In dope?
I don't know.
That way you could might make it easier sanding. It's like the stuff that Randy Smith used to sell.
Yeah, I don't like that stuff. That stuff Randy makes me feel greasy.
What kind of epoxy you using? Or is that fiberglass?
No, it's epoxy. It's HDR 250 from Resin Services out of Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Oh my! Not using West Systems.
No, I don't use West Systems.
Oh,
West Systems is a low grade, low temp epoxy. This is a high temp epoxy. This one will take up to 250 degrees. And I don't know what the Apon 862 will take, but it doesn't need it. So I've made a chart here.
we used to. I don't remember where we got the micro balloons we used, but Tom and I used to do about the 4th coat on the plane over the tissue. We'd have micro balloons in it, and you sanded. You put that on pretty thick with a brush. Then when you sanded that down, it came off like butter. I mean, it was just came off real easy, but it came off just slick as a baby's bottom. And then you sprayed the next coat on to seal that down. And it didn't take much sanding at all on it. You had a good hard surface that was slick. But I've used all I had of that stuff. It was real fine. It might have been talcum powder. I can't remember what it was. I don't think it was that light though. But it was real fine stuff, and it really. I'd like to have some more of that stuff. It came out really slick.
Well, I'll weigh that can for you as soon as I get done spreading this. It doesn't weigh anything. That whole can probably weighs less than 10 ounces.
Yeah.
And that's probably most of the cardboard in that can.
Yeah.
So what are you doing now? Just gluing the edges?
I'm trying to build up the edges so I get a nice straight hard, when I suck it down with a vacuum bag, I get a nice clean edge all the way around all this. Because I'm making tops and bottoms, rights and lefts. So I want them to match exact.
Right.
Now, don't take, I am by no means the expert molder. I mean, I'm learning. I'll show you what I'm going to do with it on the wing. The wing is going to be put together with this stuff. I got to get the hump on and get this done here.
What's your working time on that?
I don't know. I never used it. I know that it dries faster with this stuff in it. We got an hour with nothing in it, but I was supposed to mix this at 17 grams, but I hit 20, so it's going to go quick.
Yeah, last week we had the kids come over and we put up a greenhouse for my wife, and they split the one of the boards. And so I went down and I mixed up some West System, stirred it up good, went out there and we put it on, clamped it. And it was so humid in there, I turned around, it was boiling over in the cup I had it in.
Yep.
I guess it didn't like the heat in there.
It's not a high temp resin. Did you mix it the right ratio?
Oh yeah, they come with
Pumps.
different size pumps on them.
Yeah, that's what I've got.
Pump one, and then the other's got a short pump. You pump one in that, and that gives you the right ratio. But I've never had it go off like that before.
I could take chopped carbon and force into this too, but I'm not gonna bother. Gotta get her done.
I'm not sure I understand what you're doing. Are you going to put two halves together now?
Yep, this is the top and that's the bottom.
Oh, okay.
And this is just the mold I'm making here. I'm not making a part yet.
Oh, okay. Hey, knock it off. It's okay. You don't own the street. Knock it off.
Hey, I got this.
That's their street.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I wonder what.
Is it raining?
It wasn't when I went out a minute ago. You have to tell him, not me. I'm sorry. All right, come on. I'll sit and watch this with you, okay? Mm-hmm. I'll sit and watch this with you.
I think I'm gonna have to go walk the dog here in a minute, but when I get back, I'm hoping y'all will still be here because the last couple of times I've gone to walk the dog, when I come back, couldn't get back to you. I got the only dog I know of can tell what time it is, but at 8:30 he's ready to go. At 8:45 he's ticked if he ain't gone. And right now he's sitting here looking at me going, woof. Woof. Like, hey, dummy, pay attention to me.
Do you have a fenced backyard, Phil?
No, I don't. No, I don't. That's something I've got to do, is fence in the backyard for this little critter. But he won't go in the yard anyway. He'll wee out there, but he won't won't poop in the backyard. I've got a buddy down the street. He'll poop in Terry's yard.
Yeah.
Then I have to get it. Then I have to get it up.
Well trained.
Yeah.
You don't want
he
that
is
stuff
well.
around.
He is well trained in some ways. I mean, he's a rescue, but whoever had him trained him really well in some things, but in other things, I just don't think he trained him at all. But I'd like to find out who had this dog. Because some of the things you rattle a plastic bag and he goes heading for the back for his room and goes and hides. It scares him to death. Somebody has terrorized this dog. I'd love to find out who had him because I'd put my boot up his butt.
Yeah, it's probably abused.
Yeah, I think he was. He's such a sweet. He goes over and gets up my wife's lap, and you hear him over there growling. He just sounds like he's going to eat her up. They sit there and she'll rub him, and he just growls and sounds like he's just going to eat her up. And the whole time he's licking. Never seen a dog like this.
My schnauzer got cancer, and I was back at the Nationals, and we're sitting at a restaurant, and my wife calls to tell me that he died. I got tears running down my face, and Bart's, go ahead, let it out. I said, Bart, you shut up. I'm trying to contain this.
Tell him.
He was
I've had dogs, but I've never had one like this one. This one's a mess. But I can be having a bad day and just really just can't get out of my own way. I feel so bad and just yuck. And this dog will get up my lap and growl at me and say, all right, let's go for a walk. Come on. He'll get me up, get me moving. I don't know who saved who, but he's a great little dog.
Well, don't exaggerate.
My wife says, don't exaggerate. He's a terrorist, but he's mine.
Yeah, I'd take
Do
Winston
what?
for a walk, and on the way home, I just throw the leash on the ground. He'll pick it up and head on home, carrying his own leash.
Yeah. I think this will be all right doing that, except if he saw a squirrel. If he saw a squirrel, you wouldn't see him again for a while.
Yeah.
He got loose out in the backyard one day. I took him out on the back porch and somebody left the gate open. There was a squirrel and playing around one of my wife's bird feeders. Vicky loves to feed the birds, whether it's bluebirds or hummingbirds. Hummingbirds are everywhere when we have them. They're not here yet. And all the wild birds out back there. We got feeders for everything. He went out there and saw a squirrel out there at one of the feeders and took off heck bent for leather. Didn't make a sound. He usually barks. He come back spitting. He got his tail. He got a mouthful of squirrel fur. Come back spitting. He couldn't get the squirrel, but he got his tail. I said, doggone it. I'm glad you didn't get any closer because them little rascals tear you up. I don't want him to get all scratched up.
Where's that John Miller today?
I don't know. I hadn't heard from him. Hope he's all right. He may be out playing music. You know how John
Yeah, I
is.
think probably is.
Might have to call him and find out where y'all is.
Yeah, I was gonna call him and forgot.
Yeah.
Don't worry about him because he lives alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I worry about him too because I know how much trouble I have, and I've got a wife and a daughter and a dog. He's got a cat.
Yeah. No, I've called the police a couple times to do a welfare check on him. And finally he calls back, oh, I was out in the front yard, didn't have my phone with me. But the police don't
Lord. Well, they'd rather go by and check than find one like my aunt that'd been gone for 2 weeks, you know.
Yep.
Yeah, that's not good.
No. Oh Lord, it's been It's been a rough 2 years. Well, guys, I'm gonna be back in a
Yeah.
few minutes. I'm gonna leave this
All right.
thing. I'm gonna kill the camera and the mic and leave it on because I'll be back in a few minutes. But I'm gonna go
Alrighty.
walk this dog because he is sitting there looking at me with his big brown eyes, like just staring at me. I mean,
Don't forget to take your poop bags. Hi, Gary. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, I think.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Well, there's not too many on here tonight, is there?
No.
6.
Do you understand now
There you
what
go.
I'm doing, Gordon?
Well, are you making a mold or what?
Yeah, I'm making the mold.
Oh, okay.
So I put the colloidal silica around the outside of the part so I could get a nice sharp edge. Now I'm putting glass on it. Then I'll put a coat of carbon fiber on it and pull it down. And that's called debunking or something like that. I can't remember. To pull
So
everything in.
you're gonna run the glass cloth plus carbon over the glass?
Yeah, carbon fiber goes on next. And then after that dries, I'll put 3 or 4 coats of strand carbon fiber to stiffen it up. If that
You put that'll go on the inside, won't it?
goes on the outside. This is the mold. This is not the part. The part,
Right.
I'll show you a part, but I got to do this. I can't stop.
Now,
So now we need some carbon. Stop once I get going here.
is that double layer there?
No, it's a single layer carbon here.
Boy, that looks pretty heavy stuff.
This is the mold.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay. Okay.
So do you vacuum bag the mold too?
Yep.
That way it turns out nice and smooth, doesn't it?
I'll show you one. As soon as I get done, I'll show you everything. I gotta get this stuff on there and get it bagged up before it hardens up.
Yep.
You can't dick around. Okay, so you got that. I need a piece of steel ply. Usually I have all this stuff set out before I start, but come on, let's do the end. Never put the end to the outside. It's always inside.
Got your pump and hose all figured out now, right?
What's that?
You got your pump and hose all fixed up?
Yep. Okay, we're gonna be about that long, but that wide. Breather. Yeah,
I like your scissors.
I think there were 20-some dollars.
Boy, it's worth it.
Yep, they're on my Amazon page.
That's what I was just gonna ask.
The consumables on this is ridiculous. You go through so much shit. Okay. Now we need a bag. Yeah,
Now, what is that you just cut?
that's a breather. It soaks up the excess resin.
Oh, okay.
Let's see what we got here. We have enough. Oh, I need a new piece. Of course, it's going to be difficult on me. Wouldn't have it any other way. Two plier one. Okay.
What's that got a stick 'em on it?
That I got tape down, gum tape.
Oh,
That yellow stuff that's on there is the gum tape. Not quite big enough. Hope I can make it work. Cut it too small. See. Damn hairs everywhere. Cut this bag a little too small. We go. We got her now. Okay, keep your fingers crossed at the bag of seals. Don't everybody talk at once.
We're watching.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never seen this done before, so I'm
Yeah.
just watching and keep my mouth shut.
Works neat when it works for him.
There we go. Debulking is what this is called. Debulk. This is the first coat. Debulk. So pull it down here, and when it dries, I'll add some more glass to it. It is 2 sheets, just like I thought. I got a vacuum switch I'm going to be adding to my pump here. As soon as I can catch up. I mean, this is going to go on the pump, so it'll turn it on and off at so many inches of vacuum. So it doesn't have to run its ass off.
Now, how long do you leave it in there? Overnight?
Well, this stuff here, as soon as it's dry in the cup, I'll add another layer of resin on top of it so that it bonds, it'll cross-link. Pushing that colloidal silica down into the groove so we got a nice sharp edge on it. Okay, so the part that's finished, these parts here will look like this part here okay, this is the part that I'm making right here. This is a wing mold, and I did it the same exact way I'm doing this.
Oh,
And then this is the part that comes out of the wing mold, which is the part that goes on the airplane. Let me make me big here.
You are big.
Am I?
Mm-mm.
Well, you are here. I don't know. Now Steve is.
Nope. I don't see anybody. There we go. There's
There
Bob.
you go.
Okay. So I'm making one of these right now. I have another one of these over here that I need to prime, finish, and buff so that I can make the other side of this wing, which is this part right here. And this is what it turns out, comes out of the mold like.
Mhm.
Well, that looks nice.
So then I have a top and a bottom for a fuselage, which is this is a mold here. I still need to put some chopped glass on this, you know, to stiffen it up, which is pretty stiff as is because it's been heated. But got one top, one bottom. All the molds, as soon as this one's done, all the molds are made for this airplane.
So is this going to be a inverted motor or upright?
It's
Inverted.
inverted.
What's that?
Inverted. The plans show it upright, but they go faster with the engine upside down. Oh, that's what I'm teaching. So Alfarara, it's bringing a Fora engine, or mailing me one so I can build a fuselage. And God, all that fit in that little bag? Shit. They
Well, I'd
must
sure
have-
like to know what happened to that Nelson I was going to send you.
So in order to get the inside of this done right, I poured a silicone rubber inner. So when I vacuum bag it goes on the inside and get it nice like that.
Oh, wow.
And here's the other mold that needs this mold here. This mold here is one step farther than this mold. I'll end up putting the styrofoam on the back side of this too. I should have started this project 2 months earlier.
Yeah, doing it this way is really time consuming.
Well, it's taken me over a month to get one usable part.
Wow.
I've made 6 wings so far, and ain't none of them worth the shit except for this one part here.
That's all right. Once you get it all figured out, you'll be able to knock a plane out a week.
You'll be able to do all the parts in one day,
Wow.
because then I won't have to make any molds. You know, I just load the carbon in there and vacuum bag it down, and that's it.
And making the molds is very time consuming.
Well, I made 3 sets of wing molds. Actually 4 sets. Because I didn't know what I was doing. So then I started asking questions and I started watching YouTube videos and said, well, shit, I'm going about this the wrong way. I said, scrap it. If you look back at the prior videos I had, it's where I scrapped the molds. I can show you the iterations of molds I got. Could not get a part to come out worth a shit. So the part actually starts with the tooling. We lost somebody now. Who was that went away?
Yeah.
Huh?
Don't know.
Carl Reed is here. Gary. Who the hell else?
What is that?
Huh?
I said, who was that?
Who was that masked man?
A guy from West Virginia.
Yeah.
That's who it was, I think.
Maybe he had to go out and put another coat of clear on.
He might be
Said he
back.
was
I hope.
working on it.
I got the pump shut off. Is it holding vacuum?
Oh, excuse me.
Doesn't look like it. Knew I had 2 layers on there.
Chad missed that. I want to see how that all works.
These scissors charged with a phone charger.
Huh. That's pretty neat.
There we go.
Rub your rudder down like that. I'm concerned that rudder's going to be too big.
It's exactly the plans.
No. I mean, where you got where you put that stuff on there. I'm afraid it won't be rubbed down enough. But it did have 2 pieces of plastic on it. Maybe it just looked wrong.
This is twice as thick as this. This is an 1/8 inch thick. These are a 1/16 inch thick. Because
Wow.
one stab is 2 pieces and one rudder is 1 piece.
Yep.
Of course, the way that my luck is gone, this mold ain't gonna work, and I'll have to redo this one. So who knows?
Don't be talking like that.
One guy wrote, "Boy, you are determined. You have no idea." When I was a kid, my dad, he beat it into me. You set your mind to it and do it. Don't whine about it. Just get it done. I keep talking about them World War II guys were way different than what we got today.
Mm-hmm.
You met my dad, right, Steve?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, there we go. At least somebody did.
Yeah, that one year you brought him to the Nats.
That was
One
two.
of-
I
one
brought
of
him
the
a
years.
couple times. Yeah, I brought him a couple times.
Yeah, one of the years.
Was he as stubborn as Sparky?
Well, I didn't talk to him a whole lot. It's pretty much just introduced me, and we had other things to do. So
Boy, this milk tastes like depression milk. What's that taste like? Water.
Hmm.
You heard that story, right?
what was that? What story?
At the Nats, sitting with Charlie Reeves and Jim Lynch and Alan Brickhouse. My dad and myself were sitting at the, I can't remember the name of that motel. It had the real good breakfast. It had a big breakfast buffet. Eggs and toast and,
Yeah, it's been through 2 different iterations since then.
right. You know the one I'm talking about.
I know the one you're talking about. Yeah, it's not nearly as good as it used to be.
Right. Anyway, so we're sitting there at the table for breakfast, And I said, what are you going to have for breakfast, Dad? He said, I'm going to have cereal, toast, and coffee. That's my normal stuff. I said, okay, great. So I went and got scrambled eggs and sausage and a pancake or whatever the hell they had there. And I'm eating and I'm sitting across from him. He's eating and he goes, man, this milk sure tastes like depression milk. I go, what are you talking about? He said, I go, what does depression milk taste like? He said, it tastes like water. So I looked over in the bowl. I said, you know what? It tastes like water because it is water.
Oh, God.
He got
Oh,
pissed. He said, man, why did they put the water pitcher next to the, he had cataracts, you know?
oh, he couldn't see it. Oh,
Why did they
man.
put the water pitcher next to the milk pitcher? We all laughed.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hey, caffeine.
Hey, Caffeine, how are you?
I'm doing good. Doing good. We have a very long weekend. Uh, this weekend. In Indonesia. So yeah, I had some time to do some building and flying. On flying, I have managed to do the inverted flights more and more and more steady. So I think I have found the sweet spot or the aha moment for the inverted flights more than 3 4 laps and then getting getting lower, getting to the 5 foot height. So yeah, it's good that I have found that spot.
Yeah,
And
good.
for building, I'm gonna show you this. This is what I've been working on for quite some time. So I'm building
Turn the
a
camera the
stiletto.
other way.
What's that? Sorry.
Turn the camera the other way. We're looking up and down.
Okay.
There you go.
All right. So
What is
yeah,
it, Caffeine?
it's Pat Johnston Stiletto 502. It's actually uh Pat has posted some plans on Stunt Hangar. It's basically the same wing, but
Mm-hmm.
he he makes some adjustment. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's his design.
Good
But
looking little airplane.
what's that? Sorry.
Good looking little airplane.
Looks like
Yeah,
an
I
I
really like.
beam.
Good
Yeah,
looking
I
wing.
really like how he designed the construction because it makes us easier to have a very square and straight wing. So it's all like jigsaw puzzle. So
Mm.
Yeah.
so yeah, I actually have some question because some in some parts the ribs is sitting, the spot is sitting above the ribs. How do I deal with it? Like, what do you wanna, what are you gonna do if you have something like this?
Get a 2x4 with a straight 2x4 or piece of aluminum angle,
Uh huh.
2-inch angle, put sandpaper on it, sand it back and forth, make sure it stays straight.
Okay. Okay.
But the bigger the sanding block you can get, the better. And make sure that it is straight. That's not goofy.
Okay. Cool. Thank you, Sparky.
You're welcome.
So yeah, it's very fun project to do.
Yeah, it looks like a good airplane.
Mm.
Well, his
I'm
his plan his plan is using the old fuselage of Stiletto, but I turned out to be uh I, I like the 660 better, so I did some modification by myself. So it is my experiment actually to have this. Let me show you. Wait. So
oh
yeah,
yeah.
this is the fuselage, and
Oh, it's a profile. Cool.
yes. So
I
yeah,
like that.
Yeah, it looks like a 660.
How much does
Yep.
that kit cost in your country?
I laser cut it by myself.
Oh, you cut it by yourself.
Yeah. So I buy the balsa sheets and everything, and then there's some laser cutting guy here, so I went there.
Very neat. Very neat.
Yeah.
I'm getting ready. Well, I say I'm getting ready. I'm hoping to eventually build the big brother of that one, the full size built up 660. But when I get around to it, I don't know, probably next year this time at least. Because I'm determined to finish I'm determined to paint half of what I've got downstairs ready for paint. And that will be, I gotta paint 5 airplanes. If I paint 5 airplanes, that'll put me into cold weather. So
Yeah.
Yep.
$10 says you're painting airplanes next year.
no bet. No bet. Because I've started doing just like you do. I paint a little bit and sand a little bit, paint a little bit and sand a little bit. You just don't get them finished very quick like that.
Well, I do not a little bit of sanding. I do a whole lot of sanding.
Well, I do too, but I'm trying to not make it seem quite so daunting. Because it seems like for every minute I've got the airbrush in my hand, I've got a piece of sandpaper in my hand about an hour.
Just remember this: anybody can paint. Not everybody can sand.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
I tell you something
it.
I've learned, honestly. I've got a buddy who's an automobile painter, and he's everybody says he's the best painter in the state. He's not a good painter. I went down and watched. He had runs. He had all kinds of problems. He is the best block sander I've ever seen. But that's his secret. He's good with a sandpaper block.
Anybody can paint. A monkey can paint, but not everybody can sand.
Yeah.
Yeah, your
Yeah.
paint is only as
I
good
know
as
that.
what's underneath it. Well, I got to run, guys. My wife just got back from the store, so I got to unload, and she brought food to boot.
All right.
Gordon, you
Okay.
take care of yourself.
Okay. Hopefully, I'll remember to get on here on Friday.
All right.
I
See you
hope
next
so.
time, Gordon.
Yeah, I hope.
Don't we might call you and aggravate you. Take
Well,
care
that's
now.
okay. Just remind me.
All right. Have a great week, Gordon. Take care of yourself.
You too. We'll see you guys.
Hey Gary,
Right. Yeah.
do you have the Zoom program on your computer?
Well, I guess I just downloaded something or
Can you start a Zoom chat?
I don't know.
The bottom bar, it'll have a blue circle, it'll say Zoom on the taskbar. You have that? Or maybe you don't have it. ZM, the Zoom at the bottom. I'm trying to figure out how if you can
Okay.
start the chats when I'm at Brodak. I'll give you the key to the YouTube channel so that you can post it and get it started. Because during the Brodak event, I can't be here to start it.
Yeah, I've got a blue thing on the bottom of mine here, says ZM.
Okay, well, I'll call you and we'll go through how to start a chat.
There you go. That'd be good.
Because I will not be able to host a Zoom chat from Brodak. The internet is so bad there, it's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. That's no joke.
Okay.
That is no joke.
I mean, I run a hotspot, but I'm lucky to get a stream out. And you got to stand in the right spot. You got to hold your lips just right, and then it may go.
Stand on one leg and hold the other leg up.
So what I normally do at Rodax is record and then find that sweet spot at night when nobody's there and upload.
Yeah.
I need a resin catch pot in this thing. I'm gonna have to make one tomorrow. This black hose that I'm using
Mhm.
before the resin chamber, I had 10 foot of this black hose right here filled with resin. It was hard as a rock.
Mm.
Mhm.
Gotta get some oil.
Ah, Mark is in the house.
Can you put caffeine or back to the gallery view? I got mine back to gallery view, but on the there you go. It's back now. All right.
There's caffeine.
Mark Gerber, let's have a report.
Wasn't that a real productive weekend because of Mother's Day, but I got the wing. I showed you this on Friday. I had it glued together. I made some rib pieces and I put those in and got all ready. And then I molded the shell here to fit in there. There's the piece ready to go. And then I very carefully trimmed it so it would fit. And then I glued it in. And there it is after I sanded it. And here's the other side. So I don't think when it gets painted, you'll be able to see it.
No tail work yet?
No, I started on the molds. I've been doing some work on CAD to get the profiles and dimensions and everything. And I started gluing the blocks together. But I haven't started to carve the molds yet. And I may have to do some vacuum bagging or something. I don't know. I got to get the mold done and see how it looks and see what the curves are going to look like. When I did some of this on the first Bearcat, I actually made a plaster mold to fit the contour of the fuselage, and I molded a piece to the plaster. But anyway, I'll be working on that this week, and hopefully by Friday I'll have some molds to show you.
If I was you, now this is just me, once that airplane's repaired and back to just raw wood with Z-epoxy on it, you put fiberglass on it or not?
No,
I would pull a mold off that thing and mold one out of fiberglass.
yeah, that thought occurred to me, but I don't. Having some fiberglass pieces back there may be a little tricky.
Well, carbon or whatever.
Yeah, be nice to have carbon because the more you
Make
can
the
do to
whole
lighten the tail, the better off.
Make the whole airplane out of carbon fiber.
Oh yeah, you could do that too.
But be ready to spend some money for all this shit and some time.
Mm.
Yeah, I've certainly got both invested in Bearcats by now. So
At the rate this little Perky's going, I'll bet you, and I look at where Doran gets his carbon from. If you use his stuff, it'll take $500 or $600 worth of carbon. Use what I'm
Ooh.
using, it'll be $200 or $300 worth of carbon. Doran's using some high dollar shit, boy. Can't make mistakes with it.
Joe Daly's been posting a lot on Facebook
I don't do Facebook.
of his build on his latest uh, high voltage.
Yeah.
And it looks like he knows what he's doing, but I haven't looked at him too carefully.
Had a bird strike, tore the front off the darn thing and
Mm.
fixed it. It looks, you can't tell where he fixed it, but man, he did a masterful job.
Yeah, I expect he's going to Brodax. He did last year. So those of you that are going to be there.
Oh, always something.
Today was the first get out the lawnmower day for the year, so I wasted a lot of time today with tinkering with the lawnmower, trying to sharpen the blade. First, I took the blade off, and I tried to sharpen it and found out my bench grinder died.
Oh, no.
Got an
So-
angle grinder?
What's that?
Got an angle grinder?
An angle grinder.
Yeah.
Obviously not.
Handheld angle grinder?
Oh yeah, a handheld dermal tool.
No, angle grinder. Here, I'll show you.
Oh, like for chainsaw blades?
No.
Anyway, what I finally did was I took my old Dremel and it plugs into the wall, and I ground it down
Hey.
with that and sharpened it and put it back on. Then I had to mow, and then I had to.
One of these. See it?
No,
Hang on.
I'm
Make
still
yourself
big. And,
Yeah.
Here
there
we
we
go.
go. Up. Step
oh,
one.
yeah.
There
I've
you
se-
go.
Okay, no, I don't have one of those, Sparky, but
Hey, go to Harbor Freight and get one for like 20 bucks. This is a DeWalt, but
well, I'm debating about whether I want to have another bench grinder or not. I only use it like once a year, so.
yeah, I know what you mean. I got one on the bench in the other room I haven't used in 10 years.
That's when I try to sharpen my lawnmower blade.
Yeah, that's what I use mine for. Hopefully be back in a few minutes, guys.
Yeah, we should be setting up here because it's getting warm.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll just leave it till tomorrow. Do this.
Do you have to leave that vacuum run all night, or how do you keep it?
No, I'll let it run another 20 minutes and then shut it off.
Okay.
I've got a pressure switch that I'm going to add to it so that when it drops down to 20 bar, it'll come back on, 20 pounds. This thing's, when it was new, would pull 28 inches of vacuum. Now it'll only pull, looks to me, that's 25. They're about 23. So I can't tell if, if I'm low maybe on oil or whatever, or the bag is leaking, but it's not holding a good vacuum. So sure make that silicone rubber boil in the chamber.
Mm.
This is the chamber it's running through right here. You put the silicone in the chamber and it'll boil like crazy. Sucking the air out of it.
Yeah, we used to do a lot of this where I worked at Ball Aerospace because we were making the antennas for the F-35. And they were conformal, they fit to the aircraft fuselage contour. So there's a lot of complex curves, and then we would laminate all the materials
You
using
know
a
what the difference
vacuum.
between them guys and me is? They know what they're doing.
Well, we used autoclaves too. We get
Yep.
pressure way up there to 100 psi or so and squeeze the daylights out of them.
I got no clue what I'm doing. So
Some of my techs didn't either.
I mean, I'm gonna make it work, but it's a learning curve. This part here turned out as good as anything,
Yeah, it looks nice.
Doesn't even have the PVA off of it. What I thought I would do to join them together is I'm going to join them in the mold. Tomorrow I'm going to get another roll of silicone fuel line, I'm not gonna use my good pink stuff where I don't see what happened to it. There it is. I'm gonna take this silicone fuel line and tape it right there along the leading edge. Then I'm gonna take that silica, colloidal silica, and make a fillet right there so it's flat straight across. I'll take a straight edge across this way. So it needs about an 1/8 inch in the back and about 3/16 in the front. And then when that dries, I'll block sand it in the mold. And then when I join them together, I'll just put the same epoxy I used to make it, go around the outside of this, then glue them together and stick them in the oven. There again, I don't know what I'm doing, so don't take my word for it. It's all an experiment.
That's why we call it a hobby.
Hmm.
It's
Yeah.
fun. I mean, been more work than Steve's airplane.
Yeah.
If these parts don't come out perfect, I'm gonna cut them out of phenolic for the mold instead of, this is balsa with carbon laminated to it. I laminated that carbon to these the other night. I don't know if those are gonna work even.
What is this tank?
The tank, what are you talking about?
Look in the middle of the picture. That, yeah.
That's a vacuum chamber. You set your resin down inside it to degas it. Or your silicone or whatever. Sucks all the bubbles.
Wow. Oh, okay.
It
So there's
also,
nothing in there to begin with?
yeah, there's nothing in there now. It's just a catch cup right here. So if any of the resin comes up this line, it'll go into here and drop into the cup. So it doesn't get down in the pump.
Oh, okay.
That's what I was saying. I had 10 foot of this line completely clogged with resin the other
Huh.
night.
Wow.
That gets expensive.
Yeah. So I took the 10 foot and cut it in half and made 2 5s in case it happens again. What I think I'm going to do, I don't know if you guys have ever done any hydraulic brake bleeders, but I got a hand pump, vacuum pump for hydraulic brake lines.
Yeah.
It's got a catch pot on it. I'm going to cut that hose and put a catch pot in between it so it'll only burn up 6 or 8 inches at a time instead of 10 foot.
That's a
And
good
you-
idea, Sparky.
And you can't clean that hose out.
Absolutely not. I threw it out.
Oh, man, bummer.
I cleaned the first foot out of it. I go, okay, well, we may get it out. And if you were watching the video last night, I switched to my backup pump. If I
Mhm.
didn't have that, I would have lost that part. But I took a piece of piano wire and I started jamming down in there. Not even. So I cut it into 3 foot lengths. No, can't do that either.
Man.
It was clogged to the bone.
Yeah,
What?
thank you.
You're welcome.
Cha-Cha's been on and off. There he is. What's going on in Trinidad?
Hot sun. Hot sun.
Hot sun, huh?
Are you
Send
today
some
or
our way. We
yesterday
got
there?
rain and wind.
Are you today or yesterday there? Or maybe tomorrow?
No, it's the same.
It's 9:44 on a Monday.
Yeah, they're on Eastern time.
Okay.
Yeah,
have
I
a-
got same time I've got. All right.
I have a spectral line question.
Go for
Spectre
it.
question. All right.
What motivates or what is the decision in purchasing those lines for different models?
Insanity.
Was
For-
that
for-
Insanity.
insanity? No, like
what's the question,
Yeah, I
Cha-Cha?
didn't hear the question, Chacha.
So I usually know that, or I've seen that people purchase them based on weight, like 80 pounds, 60 pounds, like that.
Yeah, yeah, it's a
How do you match that to the models that you fly? Is there a specification?
You
Okay.
just keep
I'm-
using a lighter line until it breaks, then you go back and get a heavier one.
I would go to stunthangar.com
Right,
and search the open forum for Spectra,
right.
and there's a very long and detailed thread that was started by
Dennis
Dennis
had a
had a
mission.
mission.
Denny Animation, who's kind of a pioneer in Spectra, and he's got there's everything in there, weights, knots, the whole bit.
Okay, great.
Yeah, find that one, and you'll know more about Spectra than you ever wanted to know.
Okay.
Bye, baby, be careful.
Oh, sure will.
You,
Yeah, I've been using.
Ken Kuberson says, thanks for the gallery view. You're more than welcome, Ken. I brought it back for you.
Oh, that's the guy on his phone. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you've been doing any flying, Cha-Cha?
Uh,
Any building, anything hobby related?
I have I have not flown in about 2 weeks. I had
Weather?
No, I just time
Okay.
time and work and stuff like that. So I last flew with the kids, trying to teach them some more maneuvers, and I've been successful at that. So I have a few guys doing loops and lazy eights.
Oh, how old are they?
13, 14, 15.
All right. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
It's hard to find those youngsters that are get them away from the screens, you know.
But they're enjoying it.
Good, good.
They're enjoying it. Yeah.
What kind of airplanes are they flying?
Actually, they're flying the Brodak Tanager 35 cents.
Tanager. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. And is
And
that internal combustion or
yes,
electric?
46 LE.
46 LE. Okay.
You know who's missing? Correct.
Who's missing?
I can't remember his name now. Shit.
Roy? Was it Roy?
No. The guy who's always doing the EAA stuff.
Oh, Ed.
Yeah, Ed Waskey.
Yeah.
He just disappeared.
Yeah, he did. And so did Roy, I think.
I guess we weren't talking to him enough.
I try.
I think Ed went to go work. I think Ed said he was working on his airplane, putting another coat of clear on or something.
No, I think that was Roy or
Oh,
Ray.
Roy. Okay.
Roy or Ray. I can't remember.
I think it's Roy. Oh, Lord.
And caffeine is, we're just looking at a corner of his room. Oh, there he is.
Now, where you live in Trinidad, is that yesterday, today, or tomorrow?
No, Trinidad's Eastern time. Indonesia is tomorrow, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
He lives in Indonesia, so you're tomorrow.
Yeah,
We'll get
I'm
the lottery
tomorrow.
numbers.
That's a lot.
He's on.
Yeah,
He's
give us the
he's
lottery
Tuesday.
numbers. There you go.
Yeah, he
I
needs
don't
to tell
think
me
it
what
works
Monday's
that way.
winning lottery number is, so I can. Well, I tell you. Oh my goodness. Where did Mr. Steven go?
Steve who?
Smith.
Steve Smith.
Probably went to the bathroom.
Oh my. Oh my. Cha-Cha, how's your stiletto coming?
That's a good question. I actually did not start to build it because I ordered the kit, right?
Yeah.
And it said stiletto 660. But the kit was actually a Tom Dixon version of the stiletto 660. Well, not really, this is stiletto 660. He is a 35 design scaled up to be a 46 model.
Oh, you got the
So it's stiletto 35 in a 46 size, not the
yeah.
actual
He calls that a
660.
stiletto plus or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so on the plans list by Pat Johnson, it said stiletto 660.
Yeah.
So what I may have,
I thought that you got one of the I don't know how I thought you got it, but I thought you got a stiletto 660 kit.
no, well, Walter,
You got one of Tom's kits. It's a fine
yes,
flying airplane. Don't get me wrong, it's a great airplane. It takes a 46, I think, is about the minimum to fly it. But
yeah.
if you
If
got a Tiger 60, that wouldn't be a bad choice either.
if I have to make it look like a 660, I just have to probably change the shape of the fuselage to the rear. The slant is in the opposite direction, and I have to change the rudder shape, you know.
Yeah, the rudder shape's really the big thing.
Yeah.
The rest of a stiletto is a stiletto. I mean, it's they're pretty flat. But I'm telling you, that thing always amazed me that it was so simple. And so I don't know, it just didn't look like anything. It was so unassuming. But you see, if you ever get a chance to see a video of Les McDonald flying one, in Les McDonald's hands, it was a weapon.
Yeah.
He was amazing.
If you were able to get stunt news during the, gosh, I don't remember what year it was, but it's on the Tampa website. He did a series called the Stiletto Chronicles.
I have
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, and he
he-
it's an interesting read.
Didn't
Yeah.
I show you guys the pictures of him in Trinidad?
No, you
Yeah,
got him?
I think I did. He
Well, I probably missed it.
he came to Trinidad in the 70s.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Twice.
that was the height of the 660s.
Actually, he never flew the 660 in Trinidad. He had the Tropic Air first.
Oh, that was before.
And
Oh my goodness.
And the Stiletto 35. So let me pull that up. Let me see if I could pull that up for you again.
Get your new issue of Stunt News?
No, I didn't. Just, you got yours today?
Yeah.
Stunt News Quarterly.
Yeah. This ain't like it used to be, that's for sure.
No, it got way too expensive to produce that.
Yeah, what are they doing with all the money?
All what
There's
money?
not that many of us. It's not that much money anymore.
No, it's not. Did you find those pictures, Cha-Cha?
Yes, trying to.
That's
I
one
think I gotta
fellow that all of us that knew him
Right.
miss.
I think I gotta let the dog out. I'll be back. Oh, look at that.
Y'all are seeing?
Well, I see City Life Ridden. I see your
Desktop.
There we go.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
Tropicana.
So this is less.
Uh-huh.
I can't remember this guy name.
Who's the girl?
She's a lady who was crowned Miss Matt in Trinidad and Tobago. So Matt Beef was the Modelers Association of Trinidad and Tobago back in the 70s.
Huh.
Ah, cool.
So this is less on
Yeah,
the
there you go,
Tropic
Tropicana.
It's the 70s. It's all stripes.
Yeah, that's back in the 35 35 Arrow.
Tropic Air. All right.
Unless you're
Oh, look
Ricky
at there.
Paul, he wore checkers.
Oh, I'd love to have that car.
Yeah.
So I think he did this article of when he was in about Trinidad. I think this was
Yeah.
May 1972. I think this was Flying Models.
Yeah.
So he did a whole article on the experience in Trinidad.
Oh, neat.
So there were
I'm
other
telling you
models.
what.
It's a big show. Right? Don McGovern wrote an article. It's terrific in Trinidad as well. There's 1973.
Well, he was a
So
fine rider as well as flyer.
So it
Mhm.
was not a control line alone. There's Jim Martin's Banshee. He came
Oh, yeah.
RC guy. As less with the stiletto,
Yeah.
35.
Yeah, that's the 35 size there.
Correct, yes. Right, there's again, and I think this is that looks like a USC one, not so? This is a guy called Ivan Christensen. That's a RC airplane. So it was a big show. A young guy flying control line again. And they had this air show at an old US Navy seaplane base in Trinidad. So yeah.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Good old days.
Well, look at this
Hey,
picture.
there's Bill Werwich.
Yeah.
So that's they were both of them were in Trinidad back in the days. Right. This is some of our guys flying control line in Jamaica for a competition back in the 70s as well.
That's back when you could get on an airplane without a rectal exam.
Yeah.
Ruffy.
Yeah, that's what that is. That looks like a chipmunk with a
It is.
slightly modified canopy. Oh, it is a chipmunk. Got the right
That's the
canopy.
early chipmunk that was in American Modeler.
Yeah.
I built many of them.
Yeah. So yeah. Then there's I have some photos of some control flying in our Savannah back in the 60s.
Modified Nobler. I don't know.
I don't know. Nobody seems to know what it is.
The Nobler with a short turtle deck.
It could be a gray ghost, but I don't know.
This is Vico Mustang.
And there's
Midwest,
a
Midwest
that's a
Panther.
yeah, it's a Panther.
Chief.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. There's the Panther again.
Panther again.
Thunderbird.
Yeah.
That's a one. Thunderbird one.
Yeah, sure is.
Upright.
Yes. So yeah.
Very neat. Very neat. Love all those old pictures. That's cool.
Yes, it's good. It's good to keep the history around.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it sure is. Whew. Telling you. Oh,
Gotcha. Are you coming to the US Nats this year?
Yes, I am.
Good
Are you,
deal.
are you staying with Joe Gilbert?
I should be. I'm supposed to be.
We'll be housemates.
Nice. Nice. I'm
Oh,
looking
Lord.
for
Guys, we get those three at the same place at the same time. I don't know if Muncie's big enough.
It will be fun, man.
No, it'll be fun.
I'm looking forward to it.
I was thinking about coming over and seeing Joe at least a couple of the nights. Oh, Lord, with the three of y'all all there at the same time, I don't know. I could get locked up. Oh, me. Oh, I'm telling you. And Joe's always a lot of fun. I don't care. He's just always a lot of fun.
Indeed.
And Colene's there, she'll keep you straight, but Joe's a lot of fun. They're both a lot of fun, honestly. Sparky, I need you to tell me something. You told me that the spar in a Cobra, go to Lowe's and pick up something, but I went over and tried to pick it up, and what I obviously remembered.
You can't get it from Lowe's.
Oh, where can I get it?
You're gonna have to go to a lumber yard that has the old lath and plaster bat. It's 2/4 inch by 2 inch white pine. Lowe's only has poplar, and you don't want to use that. You want to use white pine. And when you pick them out, make sure they got no knots in them for the 60 inches. You know, whatever the length of your spar is going to be. Clear white pine. And you can cut that spar and whittle it down to 1 ounce, and it's way stronger than anything you can make.
Okay. You call it a lap and what?
It's lath and plaster. That's what they used to put up on the wall.
Yeah.
What they used to do in the old days.
Right.
Yeah, they put that on or put a little bit apart and plastered between it. Yeah, I remember that. Lap and plaster 1/4 by 2 white pine. All right, I'll go. I've got an old style lumber yard in Lexington. I'll call them tomorrow and see if they have any of that. If they do, I'll pick some up. I want to build a Cobra. I don't know
You
why.
want to go out there and you want to pick it out yourself. And
Oh, yeah.
Go through the whole stack, and he'll go, how much is that? Well, that'll be $3. Spend all day finding one piece of wood. $3.
Yeah. Well, I'll get 2 or 3 of them if I can find 2 or 3 good ones, because I want to build a Slater 660 and a Cobra. Both of them I beam.
I bought 30 foot of it last run over to Illinois. I should have stopped and got some more on the way back, but I forgot my saw. They sell them in 30-foot lengths.
Oh.
Bring a saw with you, because I don't know what kind of lumberyard you got, but maybe they're 15-foot lengths. That's what they are, and I cut them into 3 pieces.
Cut them into 3-foot lengths, and then you put the
I cut them
spars
into
in.
60-inch lengths.
Oh, 16 length. Okay, yeah.
You want the spar the whole length, tip to tip, 1 piece.
Okay. Okay, that makes sense. I will try that because I want to build a Cobra, and I don't want another pretzel for a daggum spar.
But my advice to you is, when you go over there and you find them, buy $25 worth, and that'll give you 10 airplanes or better. It's not very expensive. They call it shit wood, because nobody uses it. It's unfinished wood, it's not for painting or anything. I got a piece of it. I showed you. I thought.
I just want to get something I make a spar out of that doesn't warp. Any of you that decide to make an I-beam wing, just remember when you go to cut that spar down, have it full length. When you taper one side down, if you have to take a 16th off this side, take a 16th off this side too.
Here it
Take
is.
some off both sides. Okay.
This is 5-foot length right here. Don't listen to them. You can't cut this. You have to sand it. So you draw a center line on it, you draw your spar, and sand to the line. If you cut it, it'll warp.
Guarantee. Took me a long time to learn that, but I've learned it.
Here, yeah, this one here is no good. It's got a bad whoop in it. I mean, in a pinch, I could make it work, but
I'll tell you what, there's so many tricks and little tips and tricks and crazy things in model airplanes. It's amazing. Everybody says, "Oh, it's so easy." Yeah, right. Okay.
here's a piece of that line that I had. When you go, you hear it crack.
Yeah.
Just a brick on the string.
Hey, John's here.
There's John with a
There's Big
timely comment. How you doing, John?
I'm doing good.
What you doing?
Well, I just got through playing with the group and got home, but you guys hadn't left yet, so I was able to get on.
Are you back home?
Making music.
Yeah, I'm at home.
All right.
Yeah. I got a student I'm teaching, one of the others. She wants to learn how to play harp, so
Hmm.
she had her first lessons tonight. She did pretty good.
I can never play with those darn things. It vibrates my teeth and just drives me crazy. I can't do
Well,
it.
your teeth aren't supposed to be touching the darn thing.
Well, they're not, but it's just the thing
It
about
drives
drove
you
me
crazy,
nuts. I
huh?
said, well, I give up.
Was that the mouth harp?
No, that's a
Yeah.
harmonica.
Oh, harmonica. Okay.
They call it a harp.
Only instrument I
Ah.
can play is the radio, and I can play it loud too.
Yeah.
And if you got the right station, the notes are all right, usually.
And my brother, he's the one I can draw. He can't draw a lick, but he can play the guitar like and piano like nobody's business.
Hmm.
There you go.
But I can't play nothing.
There you go. Skips a generation.
Well, he was teaching me how to play the guitar. I even tried to learn how to play the piano when I was in Dayton. It's too much problem. I'm too old. But he was trying to teach me how to play the guitar. I can do the chords if he strums it, or I can strum it while he plays the chords, but I can't do the two at once.
Mine doesn't go down a two-way street, right?
No, it doesn't see it.
Yeah.
But
You
I
look
can
at a guy playing the piano, he's looking at sometimes 4 lines of music all at the same time.
Hmm.
Sometimes
Wow.
more.
4 lines at once. Oh Lord.
Well, you got the soprano, alto, tenor, and bass. Sometimes the baritone's in there, so that makes 5.
I just look at the one I've got to play.
Well, the piano has to play all those lines. The piano is that type of an instrument. And
Piano. Yeah. Well, I never learned to play the piano.
Yeah.
I have one laying over here. I bought
But
because
guitars can be that way too. If you listen
well,
to
can be, but you know,
well, if
I
you
always
listen
wanted to
to
play lead guitars because I didn't have I didn't have to worry about all those different cross chords. I'd sit down here and be bing, 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 where they're trying to play the rhythm.
well, if you listen to Spanish
Good night,
guitars
baby.
or flamenco guitar, whatever you call them, they play it like it's a piano. You know, like
Yeah. I want to talk to Bob Hunt and see if he got his steel guitar and if he learned how to play it.
he got him a steel guitar.
Gents, I gotta go.
Oh, see
You take care of yourself.
Take care, Cha-Cha.
Take care.
Good
Come
night,
back and see us,
Cha-Cha.
Cha-Cha. Good
About
to see
time
you.
for the after party anyway. I appreciate you guys watching on YouTube. Appreciate the super chats. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share, and leave a comment after the show because that does help the metrics. So now we got to get into the control panel and my videos. And
I forgot to do that.
you know, the support is we're looking for Brodax. It's only 3 weeks away. We're live here.
Is it just 3?
That's it. It's the 9th. I mean, I'll leave 3 weeks from now.
Wow.
Crap, I'll never
Gotta
be
get my
finished.
trailer done. I was gonna put a little man door in it, but I'm not monkeying with it. Do that.
Yeah, we gotta get that tire fixed.
Yeah. All right, guys. We'll catch you later on YouTube. Or if you want to join the after party, you got to go in through Stunt Hangar. So fair winds, tight lines. See ya.
Hasta la bye-bye.
Okay, we are over on YouTube, and Gary is your host.
Hi, Gary, the host.
Hi.